Okay, so this is official welcome to ES201 Engineering Mechanics Statics. This class is usually considered as the very first engineering core courses that everybody needs to take. And this is also a good indication that, if students are not quite suited for engineering majors, this is the class that the student realize, hey, wait a minute, I may want to do something else. Oh, welcome, Patrick. Okay, let me just bring it back in here. So I'm going to turn on video. Patrick, do you have a webcam? Can you turn on?
Yes, I can.
All right. We are actually basically introducing each other. So just to spend a few minutes, just introduce yourself.
Sure. I am an engineering student. I'm also a flight student. I'm dual majoring at Embry-Riddle. I stay on the Prescott campus. I'm originally from Maine, up north, and I also am licensed to skydive, which is a fun thing that I do on my spare time.
It's cool. Skydive. Okay. Thank you very much.
No
so I'm going to turn off basically video for everybody.
Cool.
Okay. But if you have any question, please unmute your microphone, or you can raise your hand if you're nice. But I don't need to see raising hands. If you start talking, that's fine. And then once you raise your hand, don't forget to lower your hand, and also those are other reactions, just automatically few seconds reaction. Okay, so just don't hesitate. I don't mind if you have any question, comments, or anything, just to jump right in. Yeah, just unmute your microphone and say something, okay? And then typically I'm going to mute everybody to begin with when I talk, okay? All right, so let's continue on. So this is the course homepage. So let's just double check everybody accessed this course homepage. Is that correct? Please react. Please react. Actually, I ask you to raise your hand if you already accessed this course homepage. Did I see Dominique? Did I see Braden? Braden?
Sorry, I was
it's okay.
trying to pull something up.
It's okay.
Make sure I had the access to it. So.
And how about Dominique? Okay, good. So everybody accessed this course homepage. That's great. Don't forget to lower your hand. All right. So basically, you can access to this course homepage from the Canvas, which is this Canvas. Okay, so if you click on the Canvas course homepage, you have a URL link here, right here. Okay, now let me just simulate as a student. This is a student view. So as a student, this is how it looks like. I actually do not use Canvas that much. The only function I used Canvas is basically creating assignments. Based on the assignment, grade is going to be displayed. So I have to create the assignments, and then you can see your grade. This grade has four categories. One is homework, one is quiz, midterm exam. Midterm is, please help me someone, June when?
It's June 7th.
June 7th, yes. Mark your calendar. June 7th is a midterm exam. Final exam, records office hasn't announced yet, but I believe either Saturday or Monday, June 26th or 28th. As soon as I know, I will let you know, okay? So it's very simple. Homework is contribution-wise 10%, quiz is 20%, midterm 30%, final 40%. So progressively getting heavier toward the end of the semester. Okay. All right. Do you have any question about Canvas? Also, if you click here on people, you can see students. Okay, I'm not going to create any groups or anything. If there is a class project, I usually make up a group, but this class, I'm not thinking of any class project. Okay. Syllabus. This is just a very generic common syllabus. Yeah, whatever. I it's not that important. So important thing is you come to Canvas, check your grade. That's pretty much the only thing you do. Then rest of the time you just go straight into course homepage. Okay. So you're looking at course homepage. This course homepage has everything. Okay, so this is the homepage of home. Home of homepage. This is the information of myself. My name is Shigeo Hayashibara. No one can pronounce my last name, so Dr. H is fine. That's all right. This is even weird Japanese last name. So if you can't pronounce, don't worry about it. If you want to sort of pronounce it, you can think about, you know, well, every American knows a very common chocolate, flat chocolate. Do you know what it is? The chocolate bar. What kind of chocolate bar that everybody knows?
Would you be talking about Hershey's?
Hershey's. Hershey bar is pretty close to my last name. So either you call me Dr. Hershey bar, which is, yeah, I can take it almost close to, Hayashibara anyways, or Dr. H, either way. Okay. And this is my, I don't know, I came here 2003, I believe. So I've been here a long time. And then I'm teaching almost always aerodynamics, fluid mechanics, airplane design. Last semester I taught airplane flight mechanics and performance. Occasionally I teach thermodynamics. I taught materials a long time ago because Dr. Running really wanted somebody to teach. So I taught like one semester, and that's the class I'm covering here at this school. This is actually my first time teaching statics. However, when I was a graduate student back in 1990s doing PhD, I taught statics a few times. So I picked up my old notes. I taught 2002 apparently statics when I was a graduate student. So I picked up my old notes and then converted into the teaching material for this class. So I don't use any textbook. My materials are all original. Okay. So be ready for it. There's no way to cheat. There's no solution in underground website. You can never find anything. So I create my own notes. I create my own problems. I create my own solutions. Everything is original. Okay. That's actually quite important. I think the fundamental key to success in engineering is you are willing to put huge amount of hard work. Yes or no? That is probably the key to success. If you don't mind doing lots of hard work, welcome. You are engineer. Okay. Repeating the same thing over and over and over. If you feel it's a waste of time, well, you find some other major. Engineering is something like that. Okay. No one can create a perfect design in the first shot. They repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over, make it better, little by little, this, each time. By the way, Ryan is raising your hand. Do you have any question?
No, that was, I should take that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you forget to lower your hand, that happens. Okay, so anyways, don't worry about it. Okay, so so be ready to do lots of work. It's not a lot. I mean, in my personal point of view, uh, I think minimum amount of acceptable engineering work is solving many problems all by yourself. No one is going to help you. You are going to solve the problem all by yourself. Problem solution is the engineering job. Okay, if you cannot solve the problem, no one will call you engineer. So you have to do lots of problem solution, and then it's not a lot, but when I was an undergraduate student, took this class, I solved about 250 problems in a semester. I'm not going to ask you that doing the same thing because I was weird. When I took this class, that was the first semester. I came from Japan originally. I spent about 7 years in Toyota. So I was a Toyota engineer and came to United States taking this class. And then I spent almost all weekend solving problems. Statics textbook, because I bought textbook, right? And then textbook usually comes with tons of problems at the end of each chapter. Then I thought solving those problems, all of them, were the requirement. I thought that way. I misunderstood that that was not. Okay, so I ended up solving like 250-ish problems. And then my instructor said, "You're crazy. No one is going to do that. You don't have to do that. It's a waste of time." Well, yeah, well, I don't know. But because of that weird activity, I, came to know this professor very well. So he ended up being my PhD advisor. That's the story. I mean, making the wrong story in very short sentences, but that's what happened. So key to success is your mindset. Okay, if you have a wrong mindset, it's predetermined that you're not going to be a successful engineer. It's predetermined almost. Mindset is important. The right mindset, in my own experience, is if you want to be an engineer, you don't mind working hard, working a lot, doing everything all by yourself, trying to figure things out. Of course, you can freely ask any question, but you are not asking question because you're lazy, kind of thing. You're asking question after you spend tons of time, after you did everything you can do, and then you can ask question, then go like, oh my goodness, why didn't I realize that kind of moment? That is important because once you have that kind of moment, you're not gonna forget that. It is going to become your skill set. You're not going to ask that question anymore because you know it. You spend tons of time and you go like, oh my goodness, oh, that was it. Yeah, I kind of knew it, but kind of moment. So how many that kind of experience you can have this summer is the key to success. If you don't want to work, all you want is just a good grade, you're not an engineer. Okay, so that's the mindset. Let's just set the right mindset to begin with. So this summer, you're going to solve about 70 problems. Let's just take a look at the course materials here. Okay, so this page has everything. You have lecture notes already given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lecture notes. Okay, there are 4 units. And then each unit, there are a few lecture notes. So this is a one block of a lecture. I'm going to spend some time completing, first of all, Note 1A to begin with. As we complete Note 1A lecture, you're going to submit those homework assignments. Okay. And then anybody actually counted how many problems did I assign? Any guess? Well, you can actually quickly count right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 75, I think. So in my mind, this is minimum amount of work you need to be doing to master this material. Okay. It sounds like a lot because those are the easy problems. You need a tons of practice to understand the very simple concept. Now, if you progress toward higher, like a higher grade, such as, becoming sophomore, junior, senior, start taking like more advanced engineering classes, you don't have to do that much problem solution. However, each problem becomes more complicated, more challenging, requires knowledge like this class or other classes to solve. Okay, so everything is accumulative. You can only accumulate by spending actually that amount of time. It's not the time wasted. It's going to be time accumulated. So suppose if you spend some time, couldn't figure out things, and then spend hours and hours, banging your head against the wall, and then finally, okay, well, let's ask question, hey, professor, I spent this time, and is this my method? I'm not sure what's going wrong, but my answer doesn't come up right. Then I said, isn't this sine instead of cosine? Oh my goodness, that could happen. And then people think that's a waste of time. I don't think so. It's a time accumulated. That is, every time you spend is going to be your skill set as an engineer. A good engineer always have that kind of story. Okay. All right. So I have a tendency to spend time preaching, not the teaching. So please stop me sometime. I'm not the preacher. I'm a teacher. Okay. Do you have any question about this homepage? All right. So let's just take a look at lecture note 1A. So this is a PDF file. Of course, you can download to your device. By the way, I'm kind of curious. How many people are actually planning to use a device, digital ink write-in, such as using what? iPad, Microsoft Surface tablet or something? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 people. About half of the class are thinking of using that. Do you do the same thing for other classes? Is this your like a consistent running style? Or something new you're trying this semester? Any thoughts? Because this is controversial. I'm a computer geek, okay? Big time computer geek, probably the biggest computer geek in College of Engineering, Dean of Engineering, you usually say that. I'm very strongly opposed against using tablet for this class. Strongly, I would say. I don't think this class is best taken digitally. I'm using digital stuff. Well, this is, by the way, have you ever seen this? This is the artist drawing tablet. It's cheap, you can buy it probably $70 with this digital pen. This is a grab for artists, So I'm going to use the digital device just like you are using iPad or Windows Surface or anything. I don't like this, okay? As I do this, I don't feel like I'm running anything. And then it's very difficult to even solve the example problem in class. It's not good. Okay, so this is my comment. A comment from the biggest computer geek of College of Engineering says that this is not the class for digital tablet. If you still want to go with it, you have to take all the risks all by yourself. Okay. So I would actually highly recommend you to go back to the traditional paper, pen, or pencil style. That is going to be the best. Almost always in solution of solid, this is not solid mechanics. This is statics. Okay. Almost always the solution of statics involves the sketching to begin with. Something called free body diagram. Let me just start writing something, okay? So this is my sort of lecture. So this is the note that I gave it to you already. So there are a few spots actually have some blanks here. I'm going to fill the blanks as I do a lecture. And then also if you scroll down more, you are going to see class example problems. This is a class example 141. I'm going to actually solve this class example problem. Okay, so you can of course take your own notes by yourself, either digitally or piece of paper. Either way is fine. And as I do class example, usually, not always, but usually, the homework problem is coming right after it. That means if you see class example 141, okay, this is the example of unit 141, 14. This is the first example of 14. Okay, so this is the unit 1, section 14. This is the first class example problem of 14. Okay, that's why 141. Usually, when I do class example, homework is automatically associated with. That means once we complete this example in class, you are ready to go for this homework. So that means it is quite important you consistently work on your homework all the time. Do not wait until I announce homework due date. Usually it is too late. Okay, so it's quite important. You pace yourself. Suppose hypothetically, it's not going to happen though. Suppose if hypothetically, if I finish up class example 141 right after the class on the same day, make sure you do your homework in your note. But here's the point. Do not submit this page. This is your own solution. There's a big difference between your own solution to actual submittal. Do you understand? People actually make lots of misunderstanding. Homework. Oh yeah, well I gotta do homework. Yeah, this is my homework. Go figure. I did it. That's the attitude. Very unsuccessful engineering people. Submittal is different from your solution. Your solution is your own understanding. You don't have to organize it. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to tell the details because you know what you did. But is that equal to you? Is that equal to the document you want to submit to someone else so that someone else actually understand what you're doing and then give you like a assessment for it? That's me. Suppose if you do something, could be right thing, but I have no clue what you did. How can I give you assessment? It's impossible. So make sure you understand your solution is not your submittal. So let's just go back and take a look at the homepage once again. So those are the homework submittals. You are going to download. This is each one of them is PDF file, okay? So this is a homework submittals. You are going to either download to your device and use your digital device to do your work, which I don't recommend. Or you can print out on paper and then use your pen and pencil. Based off of your work of your solution, you are going to actually try to explain what you did, then save it as a PDF and submit to the OneDrive. That's what you do. Okay. You just keep your original solution because this is your work. Okay. And then you don't have to organize it. You don't have to explain any detail because you are the only one who understands this solution. But when you submit your homework, go to homepage, download each homework worksheet, and then try to explain what you did and submit it to me. Okay. So please react to what my explanation. Do you like it or you hate it? Well, actually, only positive reaction available, but This is what I think what the engineering homework should be. This is the very first core engineering class. Let's just set the right mindset, right attitude. If you make this as your second habit, your life, I can guarantee, your life in engineering major is going to be super smooth. I can guarantee that. Okay. So too bad you decided to take statics from Dr. H, a Japanese guy, a Japanese Toyota guy. I'm a U.S. citizen, by the way, but too bad. If you don't like it, please take this class from someone else. All right. But I hope if you do the right thing, it could be like a tremendously tedious you feel, maybe. I don't know. You feel like, hey, I'm wasting tons of time. No. But you're going to slowly realize, oh, how much skill set do I have by the end of the summer? And then that skill set is going to carry on in fall semester. Okay. All right. And then once you submit your homework, I'm going to post the solution here. Every single problem, including midterm exam. The only exception is the final exam. I cannot post the solutions for the final, but everything else, the solution will be posted here. By the way, this is homework solution 141. Take a look. I did everything by hand because that was easier for me, because sketching using digital ink is, well, it's not easy. And then usually I like using straight edges, you know, drawing lines here and here and here, using straight edges on a piece of paper. That actually making me understand better. Okay, so digital device, I'm strongly against it, especially in this class. Okay, if you still choose to go with it, there is a risk, of course, and then you are responsible for it. All right. Now, all the homework solutions are read-only. Do not print out, do not copy, do not save, do not share with anybody. This is basically subject to the PA41, academic integrity violation, cheating, official process involved. So please don't do that. Read-only, okay? All right. Here's the update page. I'm going to update quite a bit, and then as I update this page, I'm going to also send you email. I think you received already 2 email messages from me, and those are here also in updates. So if you forget something, you always go back to this update page. This is always refreshed. New announcements go on top of old ones, okay? And then classroom lecture is video captured. Right now, I'm capturing this lecture right now. That video goes right into here. There's no video right now, but today's video is going to be posted here. Again, a new video goes on top of the old one. Okay. Any question about course homepage? Don't hesitate. So this is literally one stop for all. All right, so let's just talk about how to submit your work, okay? Yeah, all right. So how to submit your work? There's a new update here. So I think I sent you email yesterday, so I think you have read it. Have you read it? Right? Do you have any question about how to submit homework assignments? So I'm using Embry-Vero Microsoft OneDrive. Each one of you has at least 1 tera, I think. 1 terabyte storage of Embry-Vero OneDrive. Please use it, okay? By the way, does anybody have any question about how to set up OneDrive? I hope you're already using. If you're already using OneDrive, please raise your hand. Oh, I know how to use OneDrive. I'm using it already. I assume that way, but actually, let me just rephrase the question. If this is your first time using OneDrive, please raise your hand. Nobody? Okay. Oh, looks like 3 people. This is your first time using OneDrive. Okay. If you, okay, so here's what you need to be doing. You have to set up OneDrive. Do you know how to access, first of all? Let's just try to access your OneDrive. Okay. So you go to Ernie. You log into Ernie. Click here. So this actually take you to Embry-Riddle OneDrive. This is your email. This is OneDrive. So if you click here, you can access, of course, you have to sign in, but you have access to Embry-Riddle OneDrive. So this is my OneDrive. I'm using quite a bit, but so this is the summer A. So you're looking at my OneDrive, so don't get confused. So I'm teaching ES201, right? So I created ES201 file here in my OneDrive. Within here, I created each student's file folder. 9 plus 9, total 18 file folders. This is the submission for Trey. And this is graded work, which is view-only access for Trey. Okay. This is the submission file for, this is Melissa, isn't it? I think so. And this is view-only graded file for Melissa. I can share the files with anybody within Embry-Riddle. So this is shared, right? Can you see this is shared? So this means I shared this file folder with this person. This is can edit access. You can edit the content within this file folder. Now, if you look at this, this is also shared. If you click here, this file folder is shared with this person, and this is view-only access. Okay. So each person should have 2 file folders shared with me. Is that correct? Please raise your hand if you received 2 emails from Dr. H about OneDrive. Don't write to me because you're gonna get in trouble. Dominique, did you get it? Dominique?
I'm so sorry, what?
It's okay. So did you receive 2 email messages from me?
Yes, I believe so.
OneDrive shared file folder. Do you have access to it? Did you check to see if you can access to those?
Shoot, sorry.
Well, you can check it now if you want to. But anyways, you should have 2 file folders. Let me demonstrate you. I have a mockup file here. So let me just access to mock file, this one. So this is the simulated 2 file folders shared with Dr. H. I'm using Ernie as a user ID. So you should have 2 file folders in your Embry-Riddle OneDrive file, Embry-Riddle OneDrive. You should have 2 shared file folders shared with Dr. H. 2 file folders. One is can edit access, ES201 submissions, your ID. This is Ernie, okay? The other one is ES201 view only graded your ID. This is Ernie. If you can click on it, you can go ahead and do that. That's fine, no problem. If you click here, for example, Ernie, there are so many sub file folders already given to you, okay? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 9 file folders. 9 file folders corresponding to those units. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 9 blocks. I would say probably sections of blocks. So this is unit 1, 2 sections, section 1A, 1B. Okay. So at the end of section 1A, you are going to submit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homework assignments into this file folder. Looks like Ernie already turned in 6 homework assignments. Let's just take a look, okay? This is Embry-Riddle's mascot. Ernie did the homework. Oops. Zoom. 125%. Okay. So this is Embry Riddle's mascot, Ernie the engineer bird. Okay. And then he is like my avatar. Do you know Avatar? Avatar is like it's not Dr. H, but Dr. H is kind of controlling that little bird, but the little bird is not the Dr. H, so little bird may make a mistake. It's not Dr. H's fault. Okay, so you can sort of listen to Avatar, but do not trust all the time. Avatar may make mistakes. Avatar is not the professor, it's just a bird. Okay, anyways, so Avatar did homework. This is homework 141. Looks like this Ernie is using digital device to solve the problem. And then Ernie said, man, I'm not going to recommend that. This is a nightmare. Okay. FBD. Do you know what the FBD is? Anybody? I'm kind of curious. FBD, what's that? Any guess?
Diagram?
Oh, okay. Long answer, welcome, by the way. Long answers is usually expected. And then that is going to be an excellent opportunity for others to run. So I think Marissa said diagram. Diagram is correct. What is FB?
I think it's a free body.
It's not the Federal
Yeah,
Bureau.
free body.
Free body. Okay, that's right. So this is actually free body diagram, very, very important term in this class because every single problem solution requires free body diagram. That is a sketch. Accurate sketch is the key to solve the problem. So digital device is pretty difficult to do such a thing. So anyways, I did, well, actually Ernie did the best to draw a straight line, but it's not really lined up. It's not good. And then based on this sketch, Ernie said, well, you know, the problem is resolve the 200 Newton force into components acting along the X and Y prime axis. Okay. So Ernie said, good sketch is the most important key to success. Yeah, I agree. Did you do the right thing? That's the question. So, okay, if X is 200 Newton sine 20 because, oh, this is Fx. 200 Newton sine 20. Are you sure? I don't know. Fy prime, this is y prime, huh? 200 Newton cosine 10 because, oh, he says this is 60, this is 90, this should be 30. So if this is 20, this is 10. Perfect? I don't know. So anyway, so this is the homework you do. Either print it out on piece of paper, and then after you print out in piece of paper, do your work. Of course, you pick up this device. Everybody has it nowadays. So you're going to take a careful snapshot of your piece of paper, turn that piece of paper into PDF file. Microsoft Office Lens is recommended app for that. But anyways, be careful that when you turn your PDF file, retain the original file name. Do not change it. Okay, this is important. So as you download the original PDF with this file name, do not change it. Keep it original, same file name. This is quite important. Stick with the original file name. Anyways, so looks like Ernie turned in all 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, all 6 homework assignments into OneDrive. Yes. So this is done. That means on the due date and time I announce usually, I'm going to take this file folder away. So this is going to be taken away. So you can no longer submit the homework of this section. Okay, after that due date and time. But until the due date and time, this file folder is there. So you can actually use this file folder. Once you complete this homework, submit here. Next, to do this homework, submit here. Do this homework, submit here. And then after even you submit, you realize there's a, oh, wait a minute, there's a mistake. You can replace the file. If you're doing digitally, you can actually open up once again, make a correction and save it. You can do that. If you're doing piece of paper, you can replace with a new file. That's fine. But once the due date and time comes in, this file folder will be gone. Okay? Any questions so far? And then after that file folder is taken, I'm going to randomly choose a few programs, not all. Few programs. I don't know how many. It depends on how much time I have, but how much time and energy and motivation I have. But well, grading is not something I enjoy. But anyways, I'm going to randomly choose a few programs out of those, okay? And then grade it. I'm going to grade it digitally and then put back the graded work into here. This is read only. Okay, so it looks like I picked up 3 homework assignments of Ernie and graded. And let's take a look at one of them. So this is a graded work. Whoa, Ernie got 3 out of 10. One really stupid loss of points here. Do you realize? The Ernie didn't put the student ID. Oh, Ernie probably doesn't have a student ID, but too bad. But anyways, you have a student ID. So if this is missing, I take a point off. If you don't put your name here, I take point off. So in a worst case scenario, if you do everything else perfect, you still get 8 out of 10. That's probably the dumbest possible way to lose some points. So be careful about that. Every submittal needs your name and student ID. Every submittal, okay? And looks like, oh, this is like very wrong solution, huh? Even though the Ernie bird insists, explain all details, box your answers, need to show units. Yeah, they're all correct, but you're doing wrong thing. You must apply sign though. We're gonna cover that in section 1A. You're gonna use sign though. So this is the dissolved force into X and Y prime axis directions. And then once you figure out the angles, you're going to use the sine law. Okay. So burn, it's not perfect. You got actually 4 out of 10, but 1 point deducted. So this is how I grade your work. I'm going to grade everything digitally using this digital device. That's why you have to submit everything in PDF. Okay. Any question? Once you get used to it, it's going to be not so bad. You're going to do just like normal, using piece of paper, very traditional solution. But you're going to take a snapshot, turn it into PDF, and then drop it to OneDrive. Okay. You can see the file folder until the due date and time. So you can continuously working on it. If you make a mistake, you can replace with a new one. Okay. But once due date and time comes in, that file folder will be gone. You can't submit anymore. Do you have any question? If you understood, please raise your hand. If you have a question, feel free to ask any question.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, so when you when you are grading the ones that the homework solutions that you graded, will all of the homeworks that we've done, will they also have solutions? Or is it just the solutions to the ones you created?
Yeah, I give you all the solutions, including exam. Only exception is final.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. So basically, after Ernie received this bad grade, Ernie Bud is shocked. Oh my goodness, I got only 3 out of 10. What do you need to be doing? Anybody? Any suggestions to this Ernie Bud? Don't hesitate. What would you do if you were Ernie Bud?
Good off summers, I don't know.
You actually go back to home page. Take a look at solutions. because this homework solution 141 is already given. Then you take a look at, this is the solution. Oh, okay. So this is the sketch Dr. H did. Those are the all angles. And this is a resolved force in X and Y prime direction. And then I have to apply sine law. Oh, sine law. Let's just go back to the note. Wait a minute. Where is the note? Oh. So I'm gonna probably go back to the note, expressing sine, well, describing sine law. Where's the sine law? Why didn't I use it? Kind of thing. Oh, this is sine law. Then double check if I were awake on that lecture. Did I take a right note? Was I missing something? Or maybe I was misunderstanding this concept. You have to figure it out and fix all the mistakes. This is most important process. This is actually the learning process, the only learning process you can have. If you don't do any of those, there's no chance you can pass this class. Okay. So making mistakes in homework, don't worry too much about it. There are tons of homework problems. You make mistakes here and there, that's fine. But make sure, number one, you do all the homework all by yourself. Try to figure things out. Of course, I welcome your questions, but I don't welcome your lazy questions. I don't want to spend my time. Let's ask everything to begin with. That's a lazy question. Okay. Okay. Once I start feeling like you're doing that, I'm going to be nastier and nastier. Okay. The response is. So please do your honest hard work to begin with. Figure it out by yourself. Do all your homework assignments. Then it's okay to make mistakes, just like this. Yeah. Well, sometimes occasionally you screw up your homework. Oh my goodness. Oh. Let's just first of all take a look at solution. Oh, this is a solution. So what is a big misunderstanding? Oh, maybe I didn't use sine law. Why was that? Or maybe my note here was completely blank. Why? Was I sleeping or did I miss this day? I don't know. Let's figure out and correct it. Fix your notes, fix your homework, and let's move on. If you keep doing that all the time, you don't have to study for the exam. You'll naturally be ready for it. If you don't do it, okay, so this is a typical behavior of a student who struggles this class, ended up flunking. They just don't focus in class. They don't take good notes. They don't do homework until the last minute. Once I announce the homework due date, they scramble, try to do everything, but usually run out of time. They just try to ask, hey, did you do your homework, man? I want to see it, and then copy it out and happen to be that was a wrong solution, get caught by a professor saying, hey, this is cheating, I'm going to report it, or, you're going to get F in the class. Oh my goodness, oh no, I didn't mean it. Believe me or not, there are always a student like this every single semester, including summer. Do not be one of those. Okay? Like I said, mindset is everything. If that's your mindset, I would recommend you changing your major. Okay, so anyways, that's what you need to be doing. So you are going to do your homework all by yourself. Of course, it's okay to ask questions. I'll be happy to answer any question. And, I'll be happy to answer anything. But bottom line, I'm not going to help you solve the problem because it's your job. There's a crystal clear line I'm going to draw. I'll be happy to answer any question, of course. But I'm not going to help you solve it. I'm not the tutor. Okay. All right. And then it's okay to make mistakes in homework, but make sure you correct it and understood your mistakes. All right. Since I'm only grading a few randomly selected problems, you have to cross-check all by yourself. It's your responsibility. So suppose if I do not grade this particular problem, and then that problem was done wrong, if you don't cross-check it against homework solution, and that problem will show up on exam, always, okay? Believe me or not, you can try it if you want to, okay? So important thing, very simple, Okay, stay focused in class. Take a very good notes. Okay, ask good questions. Of course, I welcome any comments in lecture. You don't have to raise your hand. By the way, Abby and Braden keep raising your hand. Do you have any question? Or just forgot to roll? Abby, Braden. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Abby.
sorry.
Oh, you realize. Braden, you keep raising your hand. Do you have a question? Braden, Braden. Okay. So anyways,
Sorry, Professor, I had to step out for a moment.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't forget to lower your hand once you raise your hand. Okay, good. So now, important thing is stay focused in lecture. If you have any question, just you don't have to raise your hand, just to speak up, ask questions. Take very good notes. This is the note. Okay. Actually, this is my master note. I shouldn't have showed you. Where is the note for students? Yeah, this. Okay. Right. Oh, yeah, this is the note. Okay. So this is your note. So I would actually recommend you printing out in paper and then, take the notes on paper. That's probably better than using digital device, taking notes digitally, but it's your decision. But take a very good notes. Important thing, once we complete the class example, the same number, the homework, you should immediately start working on it in your note. Okay. And then once the homework due is announced, only thing you need to be doing is all of those, your own solutions will be explained as a submittal and then drop it in the OneDrive. Okay, so it seems like you're going to visit the same problem twice. Yes, I'm talking about that. You're going to try to solve it and then you satisfy yourself, hey, I solved this problem. That's not the end. You're going to revisit, try to explain to others. That is when you're going to rock set your own understanding. If you don't understand, you can never explain to someone else. So that is going to naturally be ready for exam or quiz. Oh, by the way, the quiz. Okay. The quiz, yes, that's right. Important thing is. So after I complete section 1A, you are going to turn in homework, 6 homework assignments of section 1A. I'm going to announce you due date and time, but on that day, I'm going to conduct a quiz in class. Okay. Now, in class quiz will be 15 minutes. I don't know how much time you need. 10 is probably too short. I don't know. Let's just try 10, 15 minutes. Toward the end of the class, I'm going to conduct a quiz out of this section. That quiz is going to be extremely similar to one of those homework, or it could be extremely similar to example problem we did in class, either way. But anyways, that is going to be the quiz day. The homework due date and time is going to be announced. The in-class lecture on that same day, the last 10-15 minutes will be the quiz. Close the book, close the notes. So here's the bottom line. If you did everything all by yourself, quiz is piece of cake. You know it. If you just copying around, didn't use your brain, didn't spend much time doing homework, you just pretended that you did it, you screw up the quiz. And guess what? How much percent is the quiz? 20%, twice as big of homework. So there's no point fooling around homework assignments. Okay, if you do poor job on homework, quiz is devastatingly bad. If you do a very good job on homework, quiz is a piece of cake. Okay, if you keep doing that, midterm exam is easy. Final exam, you're kind of half laughing at it. That's my hope. Okay, so I hope you understand the system of this teaching. over summer. And this goes very quickly. So you probably feel like every day you are solving problem. Every day you're solving problems. And then within a few days, you take a quiz. And then June 7th, midterm exam. End of June, final. It's going to come very quickly. Stay focused. Okay, there's no room to fool around in this class. This is a hardcore engineering class. You're probably very first hardcore engineering class. You probably need to experience how it is. Then once you develop your healthy skill set, the rest of your engineering career life, major life will be super smooth. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. So, any questions so far? Doing okay? Okay, so let's just do a practice of submitting OneDrive. Okay, so here we go. So this is how to submit. So each person, you should probably have 2 OneDrive file folders already shared. If you take a look at submissions, you actually see a new file added. Actually, I forgot to add for Annie, but let me add quickly. Sorry about that, I forgot. Let me quickly add one file folder. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you forgot to submit it because I already have. You're talking about the syllabus PDF, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
that was
right.
already there for me. So.
Yeah, so I'm. This is just a created mockup.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm just. Here we go. I just added. Where? Open it. You can see this file folder. Start from here. Submit syllabus.pdf into this file folder. Let's just try doing this today. Okay. So let's just open up. There's nothing here. So I act like an Annie. So as an Annie, okay, I'm going to, yeah, okay. I'm going to visit homepage, first of all. And then download syllabus. Here we go. This is the syllabus PDF file. I'm going to download it. Actually, download it. Save it to desktop or something. So this is the original file for the PDF. Let's just not change it. Okay. So save it to desktop. Okay. So I should have that. Do I have it? Yeah, here we go. So let's just double click to open. So this is the PDF file I just downloaded. Now you have 2 choices. You can actually print out in paper if you want to, that's fine. Or if you have a device, you can use your device. I'm going to use my device. So this is the syllabus, 2 pages. And bottom of the second page, I'm going to sign it. Actually, Ernie is going to sign it. Oh, this is a signature, sorry. Ooh, I don't know Ernie's signature. So maybe this is a signature. Ernie's signature. Today's date, May 18, 2021. Ani engineering bird. Ani doesn't have student ID, so I just create like 999999999, whatever. And then I'm going to save it. Let me just close it and make sure, double check if it's been saved. Yeah, it looks like it's saved. Okay. So now I'm going to upload to OneDrive. I'm going to upload to OneDrive. Here we go. That's it. So this is something you need to be doing today. This is due tomorrow 9:25, isn't it? I think it's written. Let me just take a look at it. So fill out below and submit the image of this page of the syllabus to the instructor. You will administratively be withdrawn from the course registration if you fail to complete this process. Due date is tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Due date is tomorrow, 9:25 a.m. Let's just do it today. Do you have any question of how to do this? Any question?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Do we
Go ahead.
need to change the name of it, or should we just leave it with your last?
Just leave the same name.
Okay.
You don't have to change it, especially if you're using device, just download and save it, so you don't have to change your file name. Now, suppose if you print out on paper and then take a snapshot to turn it into PDF, just to make sure, keep the same original file name.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question? All right, so it's going to be a similar manner, starting from the section 1A of the homework assignment. You're going to submit just like that. If you print out your homework worksheet on paper, you're going to work on the paper and then take a snapshot, turn it into PDF, make sure you keep the original PDF file name as you download it, and then place inside of this file folder. If you want to replace with a new one before the due date and time, you can do it. Okay. If you use your device, of course, you're going to download the PDF and then save it as a same file name. Okay, and then place it in here. All right. So please read through this how-to instructions, how to submit your homework assignment to Embry-Riddle OneDrive. Any other question? Okay, so actually, I have a bad news. This week, I have two more lectures this week, Wednesday, Thursday. Both of them need to be online Microsoft Teams. The reason is school requires me to COVID test it, and I did testing yesterday, and I haven't received the results yet. Unless I receive the results, I cannot teach in class. So let's just this week, Wednesday and Thursday, just for safety, I'm going to turn both days online, just like today. I'm going to send you a meeting invitation later today. Okay. All right, so I think that's all I have. We still have like 5 more minutes, but let's just go home early today. Any last minute question, anybody? Okay, if not, yeah, go
Actually,
ahead.
yes, I do.
Yep.
So I just got my second COVID shot yesterday and stuff. So in 14 days, once I can get the all clear badge, or if anyone else has the all clear badge, what's your policy about us not wearing masks in class as per the email Embry sent out? I believe it was like last week.
Yeah, as long as you follow the guideline, I don't mind. So if you want to wear your mask just to be nice to others, that's fine. If you do not wear the mask, please show the badge. That's fine too.
All right, thank you, Professor.
Yep. Any other question? Actually, the classroom is fairly big, and then capacity is 16, and we have only 9 students. So we have a fairly large room. So. Any other question? By the way, suppose if you cannot attend in class starting from next week, okay, you can still participate online live. That means I'm going to do the very same style teaching from within the classroom. And then I'm going to take record of all the lecture. So you probably don't see the difference. Either just you are sitting in class or sitting in front of your computer, it's going to be about the same thing. Okay, so that's my class. So suppose if you become positive or something, you know, some unfortunate things happen, you can still continuously participate online live from your home. Okay, so don't worry too much about it. Suppose if you get really sick and couldn't show up and couldn't take online, still you can watch the video. So wonderful, isn't it? But this actually have a flip side of the coin, means that you have absolutely no excuse of missing anything. Too bad. All right, any other question? All right, have a wonderful rest of the day. And we're going to see you back online again tomorrow, 9:25 a.m. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Have a good day.
Yep, see ya. Yes, Sharon, do you have any question? Okay, I'm closing the meeting. Yes, Sharon, do you have any question? Have a good day.